The first thoughts you have in the morning set the rhythm for your entire day. In those first few minutes, your mind is open, your focus is fresh, and what you tell yourself imprints deeply, setting up the energy for your day. Neuroscience shows us that this is the most impressionable window for your mind. The messages you choose in that space become the blueprint for how you think, feel, and respond. Today, I'm going to show you 5 powerful things to tell yourself in the morning that will shift your entire day. Let's cue the reel. Welcome to Cue the Reel, the podcast where we explore manifestation, mindset, and how to get unstuck so you can move forward in your life. I'm Lindsay Brand, and today we're talking about 5 things you should tell yourself every morning to shift your mindset, open new possibilities, and set your day in motion with clarity and purpose. You'll be amazed at how these tiny little sayings can make such a big difference in your day and how you feel. When you first wake up, your brain isn't fully online yet. Instead of operating at full speed, it's moving in slower rhythms that scientists call theta and alpha. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I start hearing about brainwave states, my brain turns off. So to break this down in a way everyone can easily understand, theta is the dreamlike state, like the soft glow before sunrise where everything feels fluid and full of possibility. Alpha is the gentle warm-up stretch before a workout. Your mind is calm but alert and ready to take in direction. In these states, your brain is wide open. It's not overanalyzing, it's listening to you. So whatever you tell it in this window goes in deeper and begins wiring your nervous system for the day ahead. At the same time, your body releases the cortisol awakening response, which is a natural surge of energy that acts sort of like a launching pad. What you tell yourself in these first moments sets the tone for your whole day, guiding your mood, focus, and ability to handle whatever comes your way. Before we dive into the full list, let's start with the foundation for your day. Resilience. No matter what the day throws at you, your mindset in the first few minutes sets how you respond. That's why the first affirmation is so powerful. I can handle anything that comes my way today. When you say this to yourself, it changes your body's response to stress. Research shows that affirming your ability to cope lowers stress hormones and steadies your nervous system. Your brain begins to recognize that difficulties are manageable, not overwhelming. Picture your nervous system like a tree in the wind. On days when you don't tell yourself this, the tree feels rigid and it's not very flexible. When you start with these words first thing, the tree flexes, it bends without breaking. You face challenges with presence instead of panic. Even if the day surprises you, your mind is already anchored in capability and steadiness. This is the foundation, the base from which everything else flows. Once you've anchored yourself in the ability to handle the day, the next step is opening yourself to possibility. This affirmation reminds your brain to notice what's available to you. Today holds opportunities I'm ready to receive. When you say this, it activates dopamine pathways in your brain, the same pathways that drive motivation and reward. Essentially, you're telling your mind to look for the good things that are already present or on their way. Think of it like putting on a pair of glasses that highlight the possibilities around you. With those, your brain scans the day for moments, connections, and ideas that can move you forward. The beauty of this affirmation is that it pairs perfectly with resilience. You're not just ready to cope with challenges, you're also ready to notice and step into the good that's happening. Even small moments, a kind word, an idea, a chance connection, become visible when your brain is tuned this way. Okay, now that you're open to opportunities, the next step is shaping your mindset for the day itself. This affirmation sets the tone before anything else happens. Today is going to be an exceptionally great day. This is one of my favorites. And when you tell yourself this, it changes how your brain notices experiences. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that decides what to pay attention to, starts highlighting moments that match your expectations. It's like opening a window on a bright morning. Sunlight floods in, It reveals colors and details you wouldn't notice in the dark. Positive moments, small connections, little sparks of joy become more visible, filling your day with energy and possibility. Saying this affirmation doesn't mean everything will be perfect. It means you're giving your brain a starting point to notice and amplify what's good, which naturally shifts your mood, energy, and focus. As you set your mind to notice the good in the day, it's also important to give yourself permission to grow without judgment. This next affirmation is about embracing progress over perfection. I am a work in progress, and that is okay. When you say this, it engages your brain's neuroplasticity, the ability to learn, adapt, and rewire itself. Research on growth mindset shows that acknowledging you're constantly learning makes you more resilient, curious, and motivated. Instead of getting stuck on mistakes or setbacks, your mind sees them as information, not failure. By starting the morning with this affirmation, you give your brain permission to experiment and grow without self-criticism holding you back. Along with this growth and progress mindset, it's essential to recognize your own value. This final affirmation reminds your brain of your inherent worth. I am important. When you say this, it activates neural pathways tied to self-relevance and belonging. Research on self-affirmation shows that reinforcing your personal value strengthens confidence, protects against stress, and anchors your sense of purpose. Starting your day with this thought sets a foundation for how you move through the world. It changes how you approach interactions, it changes how you make decisions, and how you take on challenges. This affirmation creates steadiness and clarity that supports everything else you do throughout the day. All 5 of these affirmations work together to shape your morning and set the tone for your day. By starting with resilience, opening yourself to opportunities, expecting the day to be great, embracing your growth, and remembering your importance, you're giving your brain a clear baseline on how to move, think, and feel. Take just a few minutes or 1 minute each morning to say these to yourself slowly and intentionally, either in your mind or out loud, whatever you find most natural to you. Even 60 seconds can make a noticeable difference in your day. Try it for a week and notice the shift, how you respond to challenges, how you see opportunities, and how your days unfold. Some of us are strapped for time and are barely getting enough sleep as it is. If you wake up and your baby is crying or your pet needs out or you need to go to work, odds are those things can wait 60 seconds for you to set your intentions for the day. I know I would always have my heart racing when my kids would wake up before me and were waiting for me to go get them. I would race through my routine and the rest of my day would feel like a frenzy. Now I tell myself they are safe. They will be okay if I take an extra minute here for myself to improve my day for me and them. Remember that it's okay to take time for yourself and how important that is for you. Being a little selfish sometimes isn't a bad thing. You need to take care of you too. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in and giving yourself this time. By caring about your morning thoughts and intentionally shaping your mindset, you're taking a small yet powerful step toward making your day and your thinking truly make a difference. You will see just how much that choice to pause, reflect, and set intention makes a difference in your day and your life. Remember, your brain is listening from the very first moment you wake up. Feed it the messages that empower you and watch how it shapes the life you live. I'll see you all on Thursday. Until next time.